Hi, Jonathan Ortiz, 31 years old. I've been seeing Mike for the last year and some odd change. Initially came to Mike for a shoulder and knee and hip injury. Since I've seen Mike, I have gone from limited mobility in my shoulder, rolling in my sleep with a dead arm, to going back to almost full range of motion with the shoulder and getting back to almost 300 pounds in a squat. I initially met Mike through his wonderful wife, Devin. Hi, Dev. She had told me I needed to go see Mike about my shoulder and that he would be able to help me. So I went in for a first-time consultation with Mike. He had able to assess my shoulder. From there, he had set up a program from week to week to week of monitoring my shoulder mobility progress. I'd say somewhere around the 2 to 2.5 month mark is where Mike really started making a breakthrough with me. Every week I was seeing more motion, more mobility, feeling less pain, but really around that 2.5 month is where when I stepped inside of a rack for a squat, I could feel a visible difference with almost minimal pain at that point. Once we started really getting the shoulder squared away, that we could focus on a full body routine that was working for me, no pain at the end of it, I saw a direct correlation as soon as I went back to the hockey rink. I'm a person that doesn't score rarely, doesn't get a lot of assists. After working with Mike, I had noticed a significant athletic improvement. I felt a lot of core strength to myself. So when going from shifting from leg to leg as you're moving up and down the rink, I believe that Mike was a large help into that. So I had already been seeing Mike for just over a year at this point. I had sustained my membership with him just because of the nature of the Marine Corps, hockey. My body's always susceptible to injury, so I always needed to make sure I had Mike on standby for the moment that an injury actually did occur. I happened to be playing in a charity hockey game. I had ruptured my hamstring in the middle of the game. I knew immediately it had to have been a rupture. As I'm on my way to the ER, I'm texting Mike everything that happened, how it happened, which way I think my leg bent. The next day, we were within 24 hours of injury, and Mike has already started a treatment care for me. We were able to do an assessment over FaceTime where he could see the limited mobility that the right hamstring had versus the left. And I think that was a crucial help to getting me back onto the ice today, almost 5 months post-injury. So part of Mike's first initial care for me was honestly getting the mobility back. I had limited range of motion with that hamstring. I don't think I could get up out of a chair very well with any pain. So all of the stuff and treatment care that Mike had given me was very, very slow and taxing. It felt painful at times, but it was one of those that if Mike said, you don't feel pain after 20 minutes, it's doing good for your body. And sure enough, it did very well for my body. So we started with a lot of the very slow motions, being very methodical, feeling every single muscle as I'm moving along. After we got really good progression, really good movement from Mike's measurements from week in and week out, he was able to transition me back into locomotive training. That locomotive training from previous to the injury is the heart and soul of Mike's training that really gets you ready for athletics and being injury preventative.
If someone were on the fence about working with you, what would you tell them?
Why are you on the fence? What are you waiting for? The only person that's going to care about you is you yourself. If you are willing to put in the effort and care that Mike is also willing to put into your treatment plan, Mike is the person that you need to be going in to see if you want to feel better than you are today.